Hello, good afternoon, welcome back to my channel. My name's Louise and this is Louise's Lifestyle. Thank you for joining me. So this afternoon I'm going to talk about, is it possible to grow jute in the UK? Well, let me tell you first a little bit about how I got these jute seeds. I didn't bring these back. Earlier in the week I visited a friend of mine and took some of my Bangladeshi veg seeds to her, and we did a little bit of seed swap. And she gave me these and she said, oh, these are Nali pata. I said, Nali pata? I said, oh, I've heard of Nali pata. And she said, it's jute. I said, jute? And I never knew. I heard the word Nali pata a lot. In different parts of Bangladesh they call it Paat, the same for the same vegetable, and this is what they class it. They class this as a vegetable and edible, and they will grow it for eating the leaves. So when she said it was jute, I was like amazed. I thought, oh, I have never heard that it was jute leaves that people were actually eating when they said, oh, I cooked Nali pata today or whatever. And I was like gobsmacked. Oh, jute. And I remember the first time I heard about jute was I was a young child playing with my doll, and my doll had lovely sort of golden sort of bleach blonde hair, and my dad saying to me, he said, do you know the hair on that doll is made from jute, and jute comes from Bangladesh. And he described how jute was made, and how they made it into bags and stuff like that. And I was like, oh, so immediately I thought, when she said jute, and I thought about, obviously I knew lots of things are made from jute, but I never knew it was edible. And apparently I've sort of looked it up since then, that the leaves have got good level of vitamins, I think vitamin C or various vitamins anyway. So healthy for you to eat, and they eat it, I presume, in the young form when it's quite small. And I presume a lot of Bangladeshi people grow it. Now its botanical name is Quercus, I'm looking at my notes here, Quercus capsularis or Quercus alliterus. I think there are different types, but these are the main two that are grown for the purpose of making the fibre, the jute fibre. Now if you don't know what jute fibre looks like, this is pot holder, plant pot holder. I got these from Bangladesh. I got a few of these, and you can see how it looks like doll's hair. This is a sort of probably not as refined as, say, the stuff that they would have used for doll's hair. Nowadays they probably used nylon or some kind of synthetic product for the doll's hair. But this fibre is very, very versatile, so and it's strong as well. It doesn't break easily. It is related to the flax family and the hemp family. So things like this are made from jute. You see those bags for life in supermarkets. Well, this is not a bag for life, but this is a little bag made from jute. Very, very versatile product, and 100% recyclable. You could compost this, break down. So a very sort of like eco-friendly plant to grow. Now has it been grown in the UK? Possibly by lots of Bangladeshi people, possibly for edible purposes, not for growing it into fibre. I mean, the UK used to import jute back in the 1800s. There were factories in Dundee in Scotland that imported lots of jute from what was then India. So Bangladesh and Pakistan didn't exist then, it was all India. And a lot of this jute was sent to the UK through the East India Company, and I think in Dundee they had about 60 mills, and the last jute mill apparently closed in 1970, and that would probably be around the time of the slow decline in Bangladesh's export of jute. Jute was being mostly processed here in the UK, but then it was sort of like back in India and back in Bangladesh that they were doing their own processing, and they didn't need to export to the UK. But there has been a decline in the Bangladesh jute mill industry. I'll see if I can put a picture up of a jute mill here. And at one stage they were, you know, a massive source of income for Bangladesh. But the decline has gone on, and a lot of the jute mills and factories have been sold to India. So India has a lot more of the market now. I think Bangladesh has about 33% of the jute export market. So anyway, that's a little bit of history about jute. Is it possible to grow this? Now it says, what I've looked up on growing jute, they need 4 to 6 months growing to get them to full height. So they grow about 10 to 12 feet in the native environment. I doubt if it's ever going to grow that tall here, but I do realise that you would need a longer growing season than 4 months, because you know, the cold weather for a start. These need heat, they need sun, they need humidity. So if I start these seeds off now, I mean, I might not even get them to germinate. I've never grown these before. If I start them off now, plant them in January, well, late January, it's February, is it? February, March, April, May, June, July. Possibly by July, I might have decent sized plants. Who knows? They harvest the for the fibre, not for the leaves. They harvest it when it's about the width of your finger. The stem is the width of a finger. So that's when they harvest them. So a bit like a bamboo cane. And then they soak the canes in water for 3 days, and then they start to strip off the outer layer, and it's the inner part that produces the fibre. So let's have a look at the seeds anyway. I'll just get my scissors. Let's have a look at what these seeds look like. So, you know, it's the first time growing for me. Get the seeds out. Pack it down. Quite fine sort of little black seeds there. What I'll do is I'll probably just scatter some, not plant them very deep. I've got a pot here. I'd already planted something in here that never came up. I'll scatter them in there and put a layer over the top. Let's see what happens. Let's cover them up, and then I'll just give them a bit of a water. I'll stick these in the grow tent because they need warmth. I might get nothing, but it'd be interesting to see if they do germinate, if I can get them to grow. You know, as I say, first time growing jute, Nali, pata-Paat, shak, Ewedu, we call it in Africa. Let's see, if anybody's growing or has grown this in the past in the UK and they've got it to grow tall, you know, they've not just harvested it for the young leaves. Let me know in the comments box below how you managed, what did you do to keep it, alive. I'd be really interested to know. So thanks very much for watching, everyone. Take care. Bye bye.